All right. Hey.
Welcome, everybody, to week 5 results. Competition season's flying by.
That's cookie talk, man. Really.
That's cookie talk.
That's cookie talk. Well, thank you. Thanks for getting the memo. Starting a little late today.
Back to our old time slot.
Yeah, right.
Of 2 years ago.
Wasn't it 10:30?
It was 10. Yeah, like the first few years, it was like 10:30. It was super late. We were like, oh, West Coast teams, we're doing you a favor. But East Coast teams were like, this is the worst.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Like Claudia, you were saying right now.
Good night.
So I'm Justin. This is my partner, Mike. We've been doing the show for about 5 years now. We're both mentors of Team 340. I also mentor Team 3015. We have a great time with the show. So a couple of things off the top. We're going to start by recapping this week's events, or this past week's events, and then we'll get into the top 25. The top 25 is generated by votes from the community. We don't take the rankings too seriously, and neither should you. We just do it for fun, and it's a great way to get everyone together each week.
Yeah, that's. I think the rankings are like secondary, really, to why we're here.
Yeah,
It's just cool hanging out with you guys every week. So, thanks for being here.
recapping. Oh, that's
I didn't
good.
do that before.
So another cool thing, and pretty much my favorite part of the show, is we take breaks throughout our top 25. It varies seemingly each week. Sometimes it's after the 15th team. Sometimes it's before the 15th team, and before the top 5. Typically, we take breaks and we like to answer and have discussions about what you think is important. So there's a few ways to get in contact with us, and they'll be up on the screen kind of as I go through this.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So first is Twitter.
I don't have that one.
Okay, I lied. Never mind. Don't use Twitter.
That's easy though.
At FRC Top 25. You can post your questions there. You can text us at...
Oh, I got that one.
Ready?
Right
Yeah.
there. The text line.
You can text us your questions. Be sure to put your name and your team number. We'll give you credit for asking an awesome question. We'll check it a few times throughout the show. And like I said, when we take our breaks, we'll discuss it. Or you can send us an email. If it's a little more long-winded, then a text will do. You can email us at Mike and Justin.
I got that one.
Mike and Justin, ITM@gmail.com.
That is also a throwback.
So we really like to just be the kind of the facilitators of discussions. The chat kind of usually has a great discussion going of its own. We'll have our own discussion here. But we're just going to kind of have a nice hour and a half. What?
The one kid about the 3171 kid. We should show it.
We absolutely will.
Cool. So that's us, kind of in a nutshell. We just went over how you can reach us, and we love hearing from you guys. So please get at us in one of those ways. Love to hear from you. So for the first time in our FRC career, we have competed back-to-back.
Yep.
So we competed last weekend at Tech Valley. This past weekend, we competed at Finger Lakes Regional, where actually both of our teams were there.
And it was as bad as we thought it would be as far as competing back-to-back in the exhaustion level.
Give you guys a lot of credit, those teams that do.
Can you leave the text on up there just a little bit longer?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. But yeah, so competing back-to-back was exhausting, but it was a heck of a lot of fun. We'll talk about the region that we were at here in a little bit. Did you want to talk about something specific?
I think we wrote a couple of things for later, but did you have any thoughts that are sticking out in your head right now?
From our event or just kind of in general this past week?
Well, either our event or in general.
I was really impressed. Like I said, it's tough when Mike and I are both at an event like we were at Finger Lakes this past weekend. We don't really get the chance to see and watch events of what happened elsewhere. But we were really impressed with the high scores that were at the Finger Lakes Regional. Like at times throughout the event, it kind of seemed like there was some potential there for some really high-scoring elimination rounds. And then we actually got to elimination rounds and saw the scores and the averages that were scored, computed, achieved, tabulated by some of these alliances was just incredible. As one kind of quick fact that actually Nick Lawrence mentioned over on GameSense was that a team scored 196 points in one of their semifinal matches, and that alliance did not reach the finals. So the scores were very high, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, though, when we get to the Finger Lakes Regional recap. So if you're here for the top 25, I guess we'll apologize a little bit. There were 21 events this weekend. This was the busiest weekend in FRC this season.
Crazy.
So it's going to take us a little bit of time to recap the events. But the reason why we do this show is to bring exposure to teams that might not otherwise ever get a ton of exposure. And by recapping each one of the events, we get to highlight at least 6 or 7 teams typically that won their event or did well at their event, and that's important for us. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get through these 21 events, but we think it's worth it to the teams that were successful this weekend.
We know it's an hour later. We'll try to kind of keep it moving and stay right through it. But yeah. We love doing it. We love mentioning teams that we've never heard of before, that you guys have never heard of before, and start these teams. Like we'll talk about some of the ones that are in the top 25 this week are starting to become like that household name kind of in first. So it's pretty cool, and that's what we really enjoy about doing this show. We love learning about new teams from all over the country and the world. So.
We also learn a lot by making mistakes, and we make a lot of
Absolutely.
those. So if you want to text us a mistake that we make or hit us up in the chat, we'll be happy to correct it. Sometimes we miss a team name or number or get our facts a little bit skewed here or there. So don't hesitate to correct us. Nobody else does. All right.
Not at all.
Just want to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so regional recaps, and Mike's going to start us off with the Colorado Regional.
So the Colorado Regional, 51 teams across the mountain region met to decide the 2015 Colorado Regional winners. After 10 qualification matches, the top 2 spots were taken by some... You're totally right.
I can't...
Familiar.
I would never say familiar,
So,
but I always spell it familiar.
This literally took 2 sentences for us to get off topic. But... Okay, man, we'll just keep it moving. Never mind. 1730 was in the number 2 spot, helped by a 160 auto score, by far the most at the event. In the top spot with a 548 container score was 1619, Upper Creek Robotics. And wouldn't you know it, when alliance selections came around, they found themselves in the same alliance, and together they added 4593 for a run into the playoffs.
The number 1 Alliance took the top spot after the quarterfinal round with a 178 average, as alliances below them jockeyed for position in the semifinal round. After 3 semifinal matches, the number 1 Alliance was still atop the rankings, but advancing with them to the finals was the number 5 Alliance. Excuse me. Of 1723.
Hashtag Salvatore.
44.99 and 53.18. They advanced with an average that was 23 points behind the number 1 Alliance, but they still knew they had a shot in the finals. However, with the restrictions of needing a high consistent average gone, the number 1 Alliance found a new gear and put up 2 highest scores of the regional, 202 and 198, to win the regional in 2 matches.
Congrats to those teams, as well as 44.99, the Highlanders, on their Regional Champions Award.
So it's important to discuss here because it's going to quickly develop as a theme, but I truly believe that I think teams are playing, and it makes sense, teams are playing a little bit of a more conservative game in the quarterfinals and semifinals, right? Because they know they can't make a mistake. They need the high average to make the finals. But once they make the finals and those restrictions are gone, we're just playing for a high score to beat the other team, the scores go up, and you're going to see.
That could be a topic of discussion later, but
yeah.
I mean, we're kind of wrapping it up with that right now. But you're absolutely right, because in the quarterfinals, you only need to be better than 4 other teams. No, that's not right. 4 other teams? No, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So you really have that buffer zone there, obviously, that. And a lot of times at these regionals, ours included, because we don't want to always point out other regionals, as people have corrected us. But even our regionals, the average playoff score in the quarterfinals might be as low as like 40 or 50.
Right.
So a couple stacks and you're good. I think that's a really good point, that just a bad match can really make you really bad. So
was that actually the kid?
I don't know.
We'll find out later. All right, so that was the Colorado Regional, and now we'll go to the greater DC Regional. In Fairfax, Virginia, the DC Regional was played this weekend by 48 teams. There hasn't been a lot of runaways this year as far as the rankings go, but 34-19 in DC had over a 20-point average score advantage higher than the next best team and earned the right to select first. They took 623 from the 9 spot and ended 45-41 and set out on the path of a regional win.
The Number 1 Alliance remained the highest ranked through the quarterfinals and semifinal rounds, with a familiar foe behind them the whole time. You do that on purpose or no?
The familiar foe?
Familiar.
Oh, well, I just can't spell it.
You can't. A familiar foe behind them the whole time. The number 8 Alliance of 52-43, 116, and 23-77. On the surface, you might not expect a 1 versus 8 finals to be close, but in this case, you'd be dead wrong. The first match was just a 4-point differential, and the second match was just a 5-point differential. However, it was the number one alliance who came away with the win in both close, tight, hard-fought matches.
Familiar, yeah.
Congrats as well to Team 1885, Highlight Robotics, on their Regional Chairman's Award.
Sorry, I'm going to take off my hoodie real quick.
Is that 1885? Isn't it the one team I'm thinking of with the Rams from 2007? But I didn't think it was Highlight. Who am I thinking of?
What did you think?
The purple team with the Rams?
That's them.
Oh, is that their
Yeah.
name? I thought it was something else. Did they change their name?
I have no idea.
There's no way it was Highlight.
Why did you say nice purse, Justin? What is that? Oh, by the way, this is the first week that I've had the chat like in my viewpoint, so I'll get distracted
Dude,
a
you're
lot.
totally distracted.
Yeah, it's the worst. So that was Greater DC. I was going to say something, but I forgot.
We were talking about 1885.
By the way, at this pace, it's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning by the time that
We
we're
should keep
done.
it moving. Sorry.
Oh, I was thinking of you when I was talking about Highlight earlier. Their Rams.
Yeah.
I was going to make a meme of Elaine driving in Seinfeld with Kramer's wide lanes. Ooh, wide lanes. It's your reaction when you were driving up their ramp. Ooh, wide ramps.
For some people, that goes back to 2007.
Yep.
People may have been like 6 years old.
Yeah,
Some
right.
people that are
How
out there.
scary is that?
Crazy.
That's kooky talk. All right, Peachtree Regional.
So the old side of the first championship played host to 66 teams.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to take that away from you. They play. So the old side of the first championship played host to 66 FRC teams this weekend, and aided by the highest tote and container score at the event. Team 1319 Flash took the top spot. They selected 283 and 44-59 to join them in their fight for a blue banner. Once in the playoffs, however, things were far from predictable. In the quarterfinal round, the number 7 Alliance held the number 1 rank. However, they dropped outside of the top 2 in the semifinal round, along with the top seed, which allowed the number 2 Alliance of 4188, 343, and 108 to square up with the number 6 Alliance of 5608, 4468, and 3653 in the finals.
The number 2 Alliance came into the finals with an average of 157, while the number 6 Alliance had 135. Both alliances would need their best in order to win. In match 1, the number 2 Alliance won 120-87. The number 6 Alliance strategy was interesting, as it seemed that no single robot was making a six stack by itself. 4468 would make a stack of 4, and then it was capped by 2 totes and a recycling container by 3653. However, the method just didn't seem fast enough, as 343 on the other side can make a solo 6 stack and combine with their partners to make 1 or 2 more. In the end, the number 2 Alliance took the regional and the win with a 162-124 score.
Congrats to those teams, as well as 4013 Clockwork Mania on their Regional Chairman's Award at the Peachtree Regional.
All right, quickly moving along to the Hawaii Regional. Hawaii is quickly becoming a destination regional for many teams looking to escape the clutches of their winter climates. This year, Team 11 and Team 610 shipped their robots to the Aloha State to try to ship home a coveted blue banner. However, there were some very strong local teams that would try to keep those banners in Hawaii. The team most positioned to do just that was Team 359, the Hawaiian Kids, as they were the number 1 seed after 12 matches. They added 368 Kikamana and 3880, the Tiki Techs, to create an impressive all-Hawaii alliance.
In the quarterfinal round, however, it was the number 2 seed of 3132, 610, and 3721, who took the top spot away from the number 1 Alliance. But in the semifinal round, the number 1 Alliance with an average of 153 regained the top spot, and the number 2 Alliance with an average of 143 advanced with them to the finals. Match 1 set up an exciting battle over step cans, but it wasn't without some damage. 610 and 359 had some hard contact and left both robots well below their normal ability. Both teams saw low scores, but the number 1 seed took match 1, 82-63. In match 2, both alliances played better, however, the result was the same. The number 1 Alliance took the win, 164-125.
We were able to watch the matches live here on the East Coast, and the can battles and finals were very exciting. Congrats to all teams, as well as 31-32, the Thunder Down Under, on the Regional Chairman's Award.
So they went to Australia, and then they came to Hawaii?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's also kind of becoming like a little bit of a tradition. It seemed like the past few years, because Hawaii is ending on Saturday, but they're so far time difference that by the time we get home from our event and kind of settle down, Hawaii Regional is kind of like the unwind regional. It was fun to watch.
The unwind regional, is that what you call it? Yeah. It was kind of cool, yeah.
And the can battle was really...
That was
it's going to be exciting to watch the championship.
We will talk about later. I did write something down. So,
all right.
If you have any thoughts on the can battle, shoot us an email or a text, and we can go from there.
Can you scroll back up? Oh my gosh.
People are tweeting us. All right, moving on. We will go to the Las Vegas Regional. Viva La Vegas. Is that what they say?
Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes I forget I'm on the air. I never say that normally.
The Las Vegas Regional is always an exciting event that draws teams from all over. Among the 42 teams in attendance was 148 from Texas, 341 from Pennsylvania, 3 teams from China, didn't know that, 30-11 from Germany, and a host of other teams in the Southwest. After 12 matches, however, it was the team from Texas, 148, who took the top spot, and they picked world powerhouse and local Las Vegas team 987, along with 50-12, and looked for redemption together as 148 and 987 came up short in Dallas.
In the playoffs, the desire to win by the number 1 seeded team was evident. Their quarterfinal average was 220, and their semifinal average was 180. Both scores well above the number 2 alliance of 60, 3309, and 4322. In the 1 versus 2 finals, the number 1 alliance left nothing on the field and left little doubt who was in control of this regional. With match wins of 233 to 112 and 232 to 122, the number 1 alliance is certainly primed for the championship event, and we're confident that these teams will have a say in how their divisions play out.
Congrats to all 6 teams as well as 597, the Wolverines, for the Regional Chairman's Award at the Las Vegas Regional.
We're going to talk about some events later that some alliances at times struggled to put up over 100. They were putting up 200 and change. Just a completely different level. Some of these teams, it's just incredible to watch. So I'm excited to talk about this next event. For lots of reasons.
It's going to take forever. It's going to kill our bandwidth. Maybe next week we'll show. But
no, not
we
today.
can have the picture at least.
Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Probably not, though. All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
So now we're going to go into the Long Island Regional. The Long Island Regional saw 51 teams compete for gold after 9 matches. It was a team from Israel, 1690, Orbit, that was the number 1 ranked team. They selected a team we got to see close in Tech Valley a few weeks ago, 263, and added 601 and headed to the playoffs. In the semifinal round, the number 1 alliance averaged 180 points, while the number 3 alliance of 3171, 3950, and 3137 advanced with them with an average of 130.
In the finals, however, things got interesting. In the finals match, 1690 reached out for a can off the step as they had been doing successfully all event long. However, as they reached out, there was a loss of functionality of their arm. The number 3 alliance was able to take the win 147 to 48. In match 2, 1690 wasted no time grabbing that cannon and began to stack. The match was incredible to watch. In the last seconds, the number 3 seed places a 5 stack to take the lead with less than 15 seconds left. The number 1 alliance answers with a 6 stack to take the lead 141 to 137. However, in the last 3 seconds, 3137 caps a 4 stack with a sideways can to take the win. It was incredible. It was an incredible match. You should check it out on YouTube.
It was just so awesome to watch that finals match too, and it's on YouTube. It's one of the. How would you best describe that? Is it a fan video? Like, what would you call a video taken from the crowd as opposed to like a webcast feed?
You could say fan video. Or
It's
like
a fan
team
video. Yeah, so it's
video?
a team video in the that was taken by a member of 3137. And it's just a great, just very exciting last few seconds. And congratulations to those teams as well as 1156 under control from Brazil and their Regional Chairman's Award.
What? Man.
So I swear, every time I watch more of this game, I'm just more and more. I feel like I owe Frank and the game design committee more of an apology because
That's not the one I want.
Medals. I was pretty critical of this game early, as a lot of people were, but it's just watching like the Long Island Finals match 2, for example. This game really does produce some incredible moments.
I wanted to add one of ours, but
What's going on here?
I wanted to show them what we made.
Oh boy! Should I give you a second? Or you good?
Possibly. I know we have some new viewers in the chat from 3137, so thanks for joining us. We were working on. We kind of got permission, so.
You gotta explain a little bit.
So you have to watch this match, and that's why I just think it'd be better to show the video itself. Maybe another day. Oh, kind of flashed up there. Anyway, shall we continue?
You're not going to explain it or show it?
Well, I'd have to download it and then put it in and all that stuff.
Just in the video.
I'll try to work on it in the background. We can come back to it.
Watch a little bit past the final score being announced.
All right. What's up next? What do we got? The Finger Lakes Regional?
Yep.
All right. So the Finger Lakes Regional is the 11th Finger Lakes Regional, and our home regional had 45 teams on the campus of RIT to compete for the 2015 Finger Lakes Regional title. After 11 qualification matches, Team 5254, the Robot Raiders, took the top spot. They selected Team 340, who was ranked 10th, and 174, who was ranked 32nd. The playoffs were close, as after, the quarterfinal ran, the averages the top three advancing teams were separated by just 7 points, with the number one alliance leading the way with 155.
In the semifinal round, scores increased yet again as the number one alliance was able to boost their average to 173, and advancing to the finals with them was the number 7 alliance of 40-39, 30-15, and 378. After alliances traded blows in the first 2 matches, the third match was incredibly close. The score differential was just 3 points as the number 7 alliance took the win, 123-120. Due to wildcards, however, all 6 teams in the finals are able to qualify for the World Championship.
And congrats to all 6 teams, as well as 4039 Makeshift Robotics, longtime friends of this show, on their much, much deserved Chairman's Award.
Why are you reading off of my screen?
Because I should just stop before my computer really just vanishes.
Also, I have to say congratulations to Joe Galena, team leader and teacher for 3015 as Woody Flowers Award. It was a very special moment for me being able to give the award to him, having won it last year, and it really kind of capped off a really awesome weekend for us.
Yeah. And also congrats to a friend of ours, Dante DeLalla, for Volunteer of the Year Award.
Well deserved. That guy's everywhere, too.
Oh, my gosh, man. I think
he's the head referee at Finger Lakes. He's been at Buckeye. He was at Tech Valley.
I think he's got 3 this season. Oh, was he at Pittsburgh, too?
Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh. And
Tech
he's
Valley,
been
Finger
at
Lakes.
Einstein the past, at least last year, if not the year before.
Yeah.
So he's I think, the best head referee.
Absolutely.
In FRC. He's just a great guy.
Takes time to listen to you. Yeah. Really cares. Comes over. Awesome guy. All right, here we go. Let's move it on. Up next, we got the Buckeye Regional.
Cleveland State University played host to 56 teams this past weekend. After 9 qualification matches, Pittsburgh Regional finalist 379, the RoboCats, took the top spot. They wasted little time selecting Florida favorite 1592 and added 3193 Falco Tech. After averaging 133 points and 137 points in the quarterfinals and semifinal rounds, they advanced to the finals as the favorite over the number 3 alliance of 54-13, 48, and 291.
In finals match 1, the number 1 alliance set the regional high score of 194, while the number 3 alliance put up 154 points. In the second match, both alliances saw their scores drop. However, it was still the number 1 alliance with the edge, 158-122. To take the win. 1592 with a tote stack and auto set the stage. 1592 attacked the landfill and created 5 stacks, while 379 human loaded 6 stacks. Both alliances played well, scoring lots of totes and containers.
Absolutely. It was just awesome to see a well-formed alliance strategy there, and congrats to all teams, as well as 3504, Girls of Steel, on what I think is their first regional chairman's award.
Nice. Kind of got an email from Jonathan Boyson. Kind of thought it'd be really nice if the Bronco Bots, Team 1987, got an honorable mention for their wall of totes that they created at the Buckeye Regional.
And we were watching before. Yeah. We were watching a few of the elimination matches from Buckeye, and if you haven't watched them yet, check it out. 1987 doesn't move throughout the entire match. They just sit on the scoring platform, and totes come down a conveyor belt into the robot, and they stack.
Comes out of the chute down like a conveyor belt.
Yep, and they make a stack of 4, and then they kind of push it out, make another stack of 4, push it out, and they really do create a wall of totes. And their alliance partners were kind of capping them as they came out. It was really cool to watch.
They had like 5, all 4 stacks, but then I think they had like 4 or 5 containers on top.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
So thanks, Jonathan, for that information. And that's really the stuff that we need from the FRC community. That's stuff that Mike and I just don't have the time, even though we wish we had, to research. So we really count on people to send us cool stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So thanks, Jonathan, for that, and you should check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Up next, the Oklahoma Regional. Excuse me. 61 teams played 9 matches to earn the right to select first in the alliance selection process. At noon on Saturday, 1806 was the top-ranked team and selected 45-22 and 932 to make the run for the finals. The top two alliances were quickly identified as the number 1 alliance and the number 2 alliance of 1775, 1296, and 3507. The average scores of both alliances were in the 160s as they went to the finals expecting a close, hard-fought battle.
The scoring in the finals was incredible as both alliances took off the gloves and went for the win. With a combined score in match 1 of 401, the number 1 alliance took the win 207 to 194. After that, the number 2 alliance battled back with a win of their own, 162 to 138. In the deciding third match, the number 1 alliance executed just a bit better, as able to take the win 185 to 143. A great high-scoring finals, and congrats to all teams.
Another team earning the double glowed Kling Bling this year is 932, who picked up the Chairman's Award. Congrats to them. So we're creating a Kling Bling shirt as well.
Yeah.
It's happening.
We've created a lot of shirts this year.
Shirts. Just don't have time, man.
We need a standard shirt creator. If you want to check out the shirts that we have created,
Our
go to our Spreadshirt.
Yeah, that's true. Our current job openings are statistician and shirt designer.
And host. All right. So we go from Oklahoma to North Bay. A Canadian regional is always a fun and competitive event, and this year's North Bay Regional was no different. After playing 11 matches, Team 4678, the Cybercabs, who ranked 6th at Waterloo, took the top spot and selected 1310 and 2013 to join their alliance. In the playoffs, the number 1 alliance quickly boosted the intimidation factor to their fellow competitors by averaging 172 points in the quarterfinal round, nearly 50 points better than the number 2 alliance of 4917, 4001. How do you think they like their name? 4001 or 4001?
Or 4001.
Ooh, so many choices.
It's like 3003 from Rochester.
4001? That's the worst one. I don't like that one. The number 2 alliance of 4917, 4001, and 3710.
In the semifinal round, however, we got a preview of what we'd see in the finals as both alliances' average was only separated by 5 points going into the finals. The number 2 alliance, perhaps feeding off the momentum of nearly catching the number 1 alliance in the semifinal round, took match 144 to 132. The number 1 alliance wasn't going away easy, however, as they battled back to force a rubber match after a low-scoring 112 to 82 win.
In the deciding third match, the number 1 alliance played their best match of the finals and won the regional with a score of 167 to 100. Congrats to all teams, as well as 1305 Ice Cubed and the Regional Chairman's Award.
Ice Cubed. All right, we'll keep it moving over to Hub City.
Mike and I did a little research on Lubbock.
Because we were told it's in the middle of nowhere. Which you could say, like, Churchville is, I guess.
What?
I don't know.
Churchville? I don't think you can
I'm just,
Churchville.
I'm just trying to take back maybe something offensive.
Churchville's not 5 hours from Rochester. You know it's a fun thing to do? You just go to Google Maps, type Lubbock, Texas, grab the little Street View guy and drop him anywhere on the roads leading into Lubbock, and you'll kind of get a sense for where it is.
But that being said, 44 teams went and competed.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
Cool. So the city of Lubbock hosted 44 teams for the 2015 Hub City Regional. We all appreciated seeing 2468 at the top of the rankings after 12 qualification matches. In the alliance selection process, they selected Team 3310, Blackhawk Robotics, and 4799. The alliance got rolling quickly and advanced to the finals with an average score of 143. The number 1 alliance had a familiar foe behind them in both rounds, the number 5 seed of 1817, 2848, and 5771.
I have to say, you do a pretty good job of just kind of cascading over my typos every now and then.
Thanks.
In the finals, the number 1 alliance took the first match with a score of 154 to 89. The number 5 alliance wasn't going away without a fight, however, and battled back to win match 2, 124 to 109. With spots to the championship event on the line, the number 1 alliance ensured that 3310 and 4799 were able to punch their ticket with a 168 to 112 win, as 2468 Team Appreciate had already qualified through their engineering inspiration win on the Curie division last year.
I'm going to sneeze. Congrats to all teams as well as a fist bump. The 2468 for blue Kling Bling. For blue Kling Bling with their regional chairman's award.
I have to say, it's one of those instances where if we were a little bit more legit, we would have been able to just yep.
But we're not.
It's one of those things that's completely unplanned. We both happen to do it well, but we can't just move on like, oh yeah, we knew that would happen. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Man. All right. So
Oh, you're not listening.
What?
I just did that.
Oh, what did you do? Hang on. Sorry. Goodbye.
Okay.
All right. So we'll finish out our regional recaps with the Ventura Regional.
We did hear that. Who was it that laughed at us like many times last week? Who said that? Who did I tell you said that? Oh, it was Aaron Kachelski.
Oh.
He just laughs at us.
How can you?
That's
not?
fine. We don't mind.
We don't mind. We don't take ourselves seriously. Neither should you.
The Ventura Regional, a Sunday finish in California, meant lots of eyes were on this event, as most of us. We're trying to get over our robot hangover. Those watching saw 3:30 the Beach Bots take the top spot and selected 17-17 to Penguineers first and added 27-61, and they headed to the playoffs with nothing on their minds but a regional win.
The number one seed advanced. Ooh, it's some creative spelling of advanced. The number one seed advanced out of the quarterfinal round to the top spot. In the top spot, but they were overtaken in the semifinal round by the number 2 alliance of 35-12, 42-01, and 39-70. In fact, the number 1 alliance narrowly made it to the finals at all by advancing by just 2 points over a tough number 3 seed.
In the finals, however, the number 1 alliance was again tested in match 1 and was able to take the win 166-164. Buoyed.
Buoyed. Come on, dude. Buoyed by that close, exciting win. The number 1 alliance was lights out in match 2, putting up 207 to take the win. Congrats to all teams, as well as your regional chairman's award winning team, Eagle Robotics Team 399. Are you going to be able to make it to the rest of the show?
It's just one of those words. Like,
okay. After you write, at this point, was 10 of these things, you have to get a little creative with the words that you're using.
That's true.
I'm sorry, buoyed really threw you. Oh, boy.
Oh, man. All right. So we're going to head into the district, starting with the New England district. The Northeastern University event.
Can you boot people out of this? Like, can you unshare?
Yeah.
If they're already in it, though.
Goodbye. I got it. Go ahead. You're up.
Okay. So we move into our recaps of this weekend's district events with the Northeastern University event in the New England district. After 12 matches, it wasn't much of a surprise to see 15-19 back atop the rankings once again. This is the same place they have finished in each of the district events they have played so far. After beating 125 in the finals in the previous event, 15-19 made them their first pick and added 17-86 as they went for 3 event wins.
Things got off to a very close start in the playoffs as the top 3 alliances in the quarterfinal round were separated by just 5 points. Number Alliance was third, needing to move up in the semifinal round if they wanted a shot at a chance in the finals. And move up they did. They increased their average to 170 points while advancing with them was the number 2 alliance of 1768, 2877, and 663. In the finals, the number 1 alliance had the winning strategy with a tote stack from 1519 and stack from the landfill. Combined with the human loaded stacks from 125 and 1786, they were able to win the event in 2 matches.
Great match play all event long, and a huge congratulations goes out to 1519, who were able to take the win and the district chairman's award. They are primed for the New England District Championship. So that's 4 banners for 1519 this year. 3 event wins, you almost spilled your water, and 1 district chairman's award. It's a good thing it's empty.
Awesome. 4 banners, man.
Okay.
Let's move it on.
So there was one other New England event this weekend?
The Hartford event. After seeing what 195 could do up close and personal at Tech Valley last weekend, it was no surprise to us to see them at the top of the rankings after 12 matches this weekend in Hartford. They finished above 2067 by 1.3 points, but chose to go with the number 3 ranked 230 as well as 2064 as they looked for their second win of the season. In the playoffs, the quarterfinal round saw the number 1 alliance score 186, but right behind them was with an impressive 170 average was the number 2 alliance of 2067, 2170, and 3464.
It was the number 1 and number 2 seeds taking their respective sides of the field in the finals. We've seen it a few times already this week, and it happened once again in Hartford. The number 1 alliance put up their highest scores of the event, 207 in match 1, and then increased that to 210 in match 2 to take the event win.
195 will be a force in their division at champs, and we wish them the best of luck. Congrats to all teams as well as 230 for another all-gold Kling Bling for their district chairman's award. What we need to do is record the Kling Bling sound, and then every time we say it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. You had some of that this weekend.
True. So now we'll move to FIM.
You say it so much.
Centerline event. 40 teams played 12 matches at Centerline this weekend, and when the dust settled, 28-34 took the top spot. They picked 30-98 first and 48-15 second. Once the playoffs started, the scores for the number one alliance was below 100. However, it was enough to help them advance to the semifinal round, where they increased their advantage to 123 to take the top spot heading into the finals.
Advancing to the finals with them was the number 2 alliance of 1189, 4384, and 5711. In the finals, however, though the scores were low, the requirement on each side to be consistent remained. The number 1 alliance scored 112 in match 1 and 121 in match 2 to take the win. Congrats to all teams advancing to the MSC, as well as 68 Trucktown Thunder on their District Chairman's Award.
Somebody gave us credit for our 2013 robot.
I saw that.
Thank you. I'm proud of that one too.
It's Taylor Nobles.
Now we'll stay in FIM Escanaba. Go ahead.
As most Michigan teams are now on their second of third events, scores have been going up, and that was true for the auto score that your number 1 seed, 2054, accumulated through 12 qualification matches. With an auto score of 172 and a 386 tote score, they earned the right to select teams 66 and 5712 for the playoffs.
The number 1 alliance advanced easily out of the quarterfinal round, and though they saw their scores drop, they advanced to the finals. The story of the number 2 alliance of 4391, 857, and 2586 began in the quarterfinal round. They finished in third and knew they had to increase a bit to have a shot in the finals. They increased their scores so much that they were able to take the red side of the field in the finals as the top-ranked alliance.
In the finals, however, it was the number 1 alliance's time to shine. While the number 2 alliance was putting up scores in the 130s, the number 1 alliance was able to put up scores in the 180s to take the event in 2 matches. Congrats to all teams in the finals, as well as 1322, the gray team on their District Chairman's Award.
Whoop whoop.
Sweet. Up next, the Livonia District event. Go ahead.
FIM. It's been a few weeks since we've seen the hot team in action, and after 12 matches, the hot team was in the hot seat for alliance selections. They selected fellow Michigan Power 548 and added 4405 in the last round. The number 1 alliance came out of the gate strong and put up an average of 172 points. They managed to increase their average to 185 in the semifinal round, but it wasn't the number 2 seed that was behind them.
Advancing to the finals, the number 3 alliance of 3641, 503, 5756, who beat out the number 6 alliance to take their spot in the finals. When matches got underway, it wasn't the blowaway you might have expected. Though the number 1 alliance was able to take the win in 2 matches, however, and they did so with scores of 179 and 159 over the number 3 alliance scores of 135 and 141.
Congrats to the finals alliances, and a high five to 548, who picked up some double gold cling bling with their District Chairman's Award.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right, that's it for FIM.
This is all you.
And now we'll head to Pinu in the Pacific Northwest Auburn event.
Scores from the top-ranked teams in the qualification portions of the tournament haven't often been under 100, but this was the case at the Auburn this weekend. However, all that matters is putting yourself in the best position to win, and 25-22 did just that by taking over the top spot. They selected 360 and 4304 and were able to break that 100-point barrier in the quarterfinal round, advancing to the semifinal round as a top-ranked alliance.
In the semifinals, they weren't in the 100 club by themselves very long, as they were joined by the number 3 alliance of 3574, 4469, and 2555. With only a few points between their averages in the semifinal round, the finals were expected to be close. In match 1, the number 3 alliance seemed primed for the upset, as they won 113-71 to put the pressure on the top-seeded team. The number 1 alliance, with their backs against the wall, however, put up their best matches of the event with scores of 136 and 135 to storm back and take the win.
Exciting match play all around, and congrats to those alliances as well as 3219 Tread on their District Chairman's Award. All right, what's up next? Upper Darby.
Nope.
Nope, I lied.
Pinu.
Philomath. Pilomath?
Philomath.
Not even close.
I think that's it, man.
I said me. I was saying I wasn't even close. Oh, man.
Are you trying to find one?
Yeah, where is it?
31 teams took the field for this year's Philomath event. Favorites for the event included 1983 and 190. 1983 showed why they were the favorites and finished atop the leaderboard with a qualification average score of 120.83 with an impressive 684 container points. That's very impressive. Not far behind was 955 with a QAS of 111.58. 1983 would end up selecting 955 as well as 847.
The playoffs saw the number 1 and number 2 seeds stay atop the other 6 teams. Advancing scores were anywhere from 74 to 178 in the quarterfinals. The advancing scores in the semifinals, was 177 and 140. The finals were hard fought, but the number 1 alliance just had too much power, outscoring the number 2 seed of 2990, 2550, and 4127, 158 to 85, and 190 to 111. Congrats to 1983 on the Kling Bling for their District Chairman's Award.
Awesome.
Their second district win of the year.
Lots of double gold Kling Bling this weekend, I'll tell you what.
Man. All right, so we kind of have Mike Rizzo send in some information about the Mar. We don't have Mar can't be left out. We need to think of something for Mar. Mar.
That doesn't sound positive.
That doesn't.
It sounds boring. Mar doesn't really have a good one yet. We'll see. It just happens. It just will come about naturally.
It will. So thanks to Mike Rizzo. He kind of just wrote a brief summary for us. So 1391, the Metal Moose has a 4-step can auto grabber, and then most of the time would get at least 3. There are but a few in there they're able to get all 4. They're able to reposition the can hooks to avoid a can if someone else was going for it, as they probably weren't going to win a can of war. That's funny.
Can of war.
He didn't have any video to pass on for now, but that's really interesting that you can kind of tone it back. Like, it's not all or nothing. You can kind of change that a little bit. Semifinals, match 4, Team 365 Mo, who we haven't talked about this year at all, and Team 225 Tech Fire had a can duel. There's a thread on Chief Delphi about it with some good high-speed video you can watch, which I have not checked out yet. You can see Mo was down first, but was off. Tech Fire took longer, but was on the mark. So that was cool.
So is that all from
Yeah, that's
Mike?
all from, yeah.
So, and then just again, a quick recap in the finals. It was the number 1 alliance of 225, 2607, and 4460. They were able to take the win over the number 2 alliance of 272, 316, and 5420.
Cool.
And congratulations to Team 321 on their District Chairman's Award, the Robo Lancers.
Ooh, ooh. And our last event to preview or to recap.
Yeah, I didn't finish this at all.
That's okay. Do you want to freestyle, or you just want to go there and then freestyle at the end?
So you can read that, and then I'll just kind of go at the end.
At Bridgewater this weekend, 12 qualification matches were played, and when it was over, 1676 took the top spot fresh off their appearance at Montreal. They selected 1403, who was seated right under them, and together they added 4653 and were off to the races. They weren't at Montreal, right?
Hmm?
Was 1676 at Montreal, or were they at? I know they were in Canada. No, they were at GTR, I think.
Yeah.
In the quarterfinal round, they took the top spot and advanced to the semifinal round with the finals on their minds.
In the semifinal round, however, the number 1 alliance would be displaced from the top spot by the number 2 seed of 56, 2016, and 714. However, in the finals, though 2016, 56, and 1714 took the first match 126 to 88, the number 1 alliance was able to battle back in the final 2 matches to take the win of 156 to 64 and 112 to 80. So congratulations to those teams, as well as Team 1676, who won the District Chairman's Award to create another ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding.
double gold Kling Bling.
So, what's I just going to say? I have no idea. I'm telling you, you should really get that software, because I think your recaps would go much faster. Because that's like exactly what you write anyways. So
Also, before we go too much further, I have to say, Ryan Hall sent us an incredible email that recaps Bridgewater much better than we can do. So we're actually going to include that in our blog section of our website right after the show. So we'll be sure to mention that, and there's some other blogs up there as well, so you can catch that later. And we can't thank Ryan enough for sending in that email.
Yep.
And congrats on your very successful district event.
All right. So actually, this is kind of cool. I think in a previous season, we kind of would do recaps and previews. This season, we're just kind of doing recaps. However, we got an email this week kind of previewing the Lone Star Regional coming up this weekend. So we want to just say thanks to Anurag Rotre. I'm not saying that right at all. But thank you for sending in the information. So here we go. So week 6 is just around the corner, and all eyes fall on the last Texas regional, the Lone Star. Lone Star, a regional which is usually dominated by the Big Four in Texas, 118, 148, 624, and 1477, usually end up in the finals every time those four are in attendance. But this year, there are 2 exceptions. 148 was not originally planning on attending, as they have attended Las Vegas and Dallas, but spots are still open here at Lone Star, so teams will be on their toes waiting to hear. Can they really sign up at the last second?
I think so. Pretty close.
1477 will be attending the Lone Star. They have had back-to-back Einstein appearances, but after a disappointing show at Bayou, chances for another appearance are slim. These are in their words. The powerhouses. 118 has 2 Blanders in the back of their hype train as they plan to go straight through Lone Star with another banner. After winning the Dallas Regional, 118 had a blast at Sacramento, seeding first and selecting Einstein 2014 finalist 1678 to win it all. For the past 5 years, 118 has won Lone Star, so the pressure is on. That's really interesting. Look to see these guys making landfill stacks all day. Predicted rank, first. 624, probably the most underrated Texas powerhouse, is also entering the Lone Star with 2 banners, one from teaming up with 118 at Dallas and another by dominating the Utah Regional, 320 co-op and 160 auto, and winning it. Look for these guys to be making the feeder station stacks all day, but don't bet on them making landfill stacks. A very consistent 20-point auto will make them the all-around alliance partner everyone will want. Predicted rank for 624 is second. Did you want to read any? Or no, just keep going. I know you don't have it.
Yeah, okay.
701 is coming to Lone Star, hoping to redeem themselves after becoming the finalists at CVR and SAC, both times losing to 1678. With a qual average of 92 points, these guys are to not be underestimated. Predicted rank, third. The contenders. 2587 used to be one of the powerhouses in Texas, but in recent years has not been the case. This year, the Disco Bots aim to recreate their image with the robot that was successful at the Bayou Regional, seating 5th and having the 2nd highest OPR at the event. If they can get their 2-can snatcher working, look for these guys to be a major disruptor at the event. Predicted rank for them, 4 to 10. 4587 shut off the robot at the Bayou Regional. Team Tether, their 20-pound feeder station bot, which is part of their withholding allowance, interesting, makes stacks of 6 while their moving bot grabs a can. They can get about 2 stacks of 6 with a can on top during a match with some practice. Their predicted rank, 4 to 10. Special mention to 5416, a rookie team from Katy, Texas, same school district as 624. They won the Rookie All-Star Award at the Bayou Regional, which qualified them for championship. No doubt they will be working between Bayou and Lone Star, probably even with 624 at the brand new Katy ISD STEM Center. Look for them to be a force to be reckoned with. Predicted rank for them, 7 to 24. Who's going to win in their prediction? There probably isn't any doubt about this, but I must mention it. 624 and 118 look to be the main deal here at Lone Star. Them teaming up also isn't just good for them. Everyone else, as they bring 2 wild cards with them.
Wow. That's a great recap.
It was a preview for Lone Star by Anurag Rotre. So thank you.
All right. So 50 minutes into the show, done with our regional recaps and district recaps. It's pretty good.
All right. We're going to take a quick break.
I could use a break.
So I know I saw a question earlier from the text line, but
throw that text line back up there.
Yeah. So if you guys want to send us a question, oh my gosh, that was close. Or there you go. They get a little freebie. There's our text line right there. So a question we got in said, will litter stop teams from placing stacks on Einstein and therefore be the deciding factor at St. Louis?
Will litter stop teams from placing stacks on Einstein? So like litter in the way?
Get in the way. I mean, we saw that at FLR this past weekend where a piece of litter almost hurt a team twice, the same piece of litter, because I think they couldn't drive to get close enough to the feeder station, and then it got out of the way, but then they're having trouble delivering their stack as well. So you just never know when those things are just going to be, when somebody has a really good throw and gets it all the way down to the end of the field.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the litter is going to be the deciding factor, but I think it will be a factor. I think somebody dropping a stack or something along those lines wouldn't be the deciding factor, but litter is going to play a role.
Yeah. All right. That was a quick break. Shall we?
We shall. All right, so a quick recap again. This top 25 list is generated by your votes. What we do is, as the votes come in, the spreadsheet that we have kind of assigns 25 points to the team that you rank as number 1, 24 points to the team you rank as number 2, so on and so forth. And the team with the most points is the number 1 ranked team. We just kind of funnel backwards from that, 1 through 25. So all the teams you're about to hear are teams that the First Community thinks are the top 25 teams from week 5.
Yeah. So thank you to all who voted. We had to throw out a ton of votes this week just because people are voting for the same team 25 teams in a row or 3 teams in a row.
Or voting for a lot of teams that didn't play this week. Things like that.
Yeah. So we look at every single vote. So even that being said, I don't know what the final number was, but somewhere between 50 and 75, I believe. All right, so our first team. Did you want to do your thing or no?
I forgot all about that. How is that possible?
I don't know.
We've been doing this show for 5 years.
Sorry. Our first team up on the list, our 25th ranked team, is team 4678.
Oh, no. From Breslau? How do you think you say that? Breslau? Breslau, Ontario, Canada. Woodland Christian High School. It's the Cyber Cavs. Qualification average score of 109.71, and we're the winners of the North Bay Regional.
So we kick off the Week 5 results show with a team we know hasn't made the top 25 before. At Waterloo, they had a QAS of 106, which is pretty impressive, and walked away as semifinalists. This past weekend at the North Bay Regional, they finished first with a QAS of 115.
The Cyber Cavs going to the playoffs selected 13-10 and 2013. The trio started early and strong, putting up 170 and 174 points in the quarterfinal round, advancing easily to the semifinals. There was a slight decline in scoring, but they remained atop the board, and in the finals, they lost the first match but came back strong in finals match 2 or 3, taking the victory. Congrats again, and welcome to the top 25 to Team 4678, the Cyber Cavs.
Pretty cool. I mean, at Waterloo, their qualification average score was 106, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I know, a 106 at so many regionals would have been top 5. And they may have been top 5 anyway at that regional. But all right, our 24th ranked team. I was giving you a pause there.
Thanks.
Is team 3310.
From Heath, Texas, Rockwall Heath High School, it's Blackhawk Robotics. Average qualification score of 73.03, and we're the winners of the Hub City Regional.
With an impressive assembly line-looking robot, 3310 looked to improve from their quarterfinal appearance in both Weeks 1 and Week 4. Iteration is key amongst Paul Copioli, and I'm sure that has spread to his team. And at the Hub City Regional this past weekend, their team improved from 37th ranked in their first regional to 7th ranked in their second regional to 2nd this past weekend at Hub City. They were selected first overall by Team Appreciate and played well in the playoffs.
Their average score in the playoffs was 143 points. They ended up playing in 3 matches in the finals, winning the first and third. Congratulations to this team, as it's awesome to see another IFI team qualify for championship. We know there's a few IFI teams out there.
Yeah, we weren't sure. I was trying to remember Karthik's tweet or Symbiotics, but I know if not all the Team IFI teams have qualified, just about every one of them.
So congratulations, Team 3310, Blackhawk Robotics. If you haven't looked at the robot, it's really cool. Mm-hmm. There's like we said, it's very industry looking in its function and form. So give it a look. There's some Dallas videos on YouTube or on the Blue Alliance. There might be some other videos from their other events. As we've said, they've gotten progressively better, but definitely check it out. And if you're at Championship, be sure to get a view at up close. I've heard that during some of their practice rounds, they were able to grab a tote and throw it across the field. The robot's so strong and powerful and really designed well.
Yeah.
It's the best part of championship, being able to look at all these other awesome robots.
Very, very much so. All right.
Why is there a question mark here? Not sure.
Are we good?
Who are they?
No, I just wasn't exactly sure when I was reading it. So our 23rd ranked team is Team 379.
From Girard, Ohio, Girard Senior High School, it's the RoboCats. Average qualification score of 94.5, and we're the winners, the Buckeye Regional.
With a regional win within their grasp back at the Pittsburgh Regional, the RoboCats took the field at the Buckeye Regional, hoping to improve from their finalist appearance at Pitt. Justin and I were watching a match or two from Buckeye, and 379 just looks really, really good. Feeding themselves from the chute, they quickly and easily score stacks on the platform.
They're the number 1 seed for the second time this season. And instead of picking 48 like they did at Pittsburgh, they selected 1592 and 3193. The combo of chute stacking and landfill stacking from 1592 was the recipe for success, and the Alliance brought home the gold, scoring 194 points and 158 points in the finals. Awesome built robot guys, good luck to you, and also congrats on your Engineering Inspiration Award.
Yeah.
Team 379, the RoboCats.
Just that one match we were watching, just the RoboCats doing chute stacking and 1592 doing landfill stacking. I mean, it's good strategy. So many people are doing it, obviously, but well-deserved win there at Buckeye.
And a great increase in their scores. I mean, I was at Pittsburgh with 30-15, and 379 was good. Obviously, they were number 1 seed, but their average score was only 73. They were able to increase that to 115 at Buckeye, so it's really impressive.
Mm-hmm. We talked about that, I think, with some teams coming up, but just the jump of, and that's something really quantitative, I guess. I know it also applies to other people. Account to your average score, obviously, but like in years past, you could say, oh, well, they were 6-4 at this event, and now they're 8-2. They're getting better, but really seeing that average score jump up is a really good way. And it's really cool to see how far. I mean, teams are doubling their qualification average score, going up by 30 or 40 points. So
got it.
All right. Moving on. Our 22nd ranked team is Team 225.
225 is a great team, you know that? And they're from York, Pennsylvania. Techfire Robotics of York, it's Techfire. They have a qualification average score of 120.42, and we're the winners of the Chestnut Hill and Upper Darby events.
Techfire, making an appearance this week at number 22, is fresh off winning the Mar District Springside Chestnut Hill event. Looking to win their second district event of the year, Techfire took the field at the Upper Darby event and finished with an impressive 142 QAS. Selecting 2607 and 4460, they made their run at the playoffs.
Consistency was where it's at, and scoring between 130 and 156 in all of their matches except for one. The final saw scores of 149 and 146, and Techfire got their second Blue Banner of the year. Woo-woo! Congrats and good luck at Mar Champs and World Champs.
Techfire.
225.
All right, moving on. Our 21st ranked team is Team 1310.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Runnymede Collegiate Institute. It's Runnymede Robotics. Average qualification score of 92.05, and we're the winners of the North Bay Regional.
After a semifinal outing at the competitive GTRC Regional, Runnymede looked for some gold this past weekend at the North Bay Regional. Breaking into the 100s with their QAS, 1310 finished second with a 113 qualification average score. They were selected off the board first overall by 46-78, and they added 2013 and headed to the playoffs.
Putting up an average of 172 through the first two matches, they advanced to the semifinals where they put up an average of 140 points over their next three. The final saw 1 versus 2, 13-10, and their Alliance dropped the first match but battled back in matches 2 and 3, scoring 112 and 167 to take the victory. Congrats to Runnymede as they finish their season and start making preparations to head to St. Louis. Team 1310, Runnymede Robotics. So thanks to Captain Stacks in the Club. I don't know how I feel about that. For recapping.
That was like a parent trying to understand their kids' like lingo.
Yeah, right. LOL.
Captain Stacks in the Club.
For recapping as we go along here.
Dude, I was at the gas station the other day.
Here we go.
And it was like this younger guy. He must have been here we go, he says. He must have been a couple of years older than me. But then he asked like this older lady behind the register. He said, Are you good with texting lingo? He used to like spit off like these 4 consonants. And she's like, no. I was like, yeah, I don't know what that means either.
Goodbye.
It's just like, it's just so weird. He's like, are you good with texting lingo? I don't know.
Goodbye.
All right. Let's moving on here. Sorry for the slight detour.
No, we don't apologize for that anymore.
Basically, we're paying $37.50 for a bite-sized Three Musketeers bar.
Exactly.
Our 20th ranked team is Team 1296.
From Rockwall, Texas, Rockwall High School, it's Full Metal Jackets. Average qualification score of 76.82, and we're the winners of the Alamo Regional and finalists in Oklahoma.
So a 3-regional season has come to an end after 1296 competed this past weekend in Oklahoma. A quick recap of their season includes semifinalists at Dallas and winners at the Alamo. With their best QAS of the season, doubled from where they were week 1, the Full Metal Jackets finished 3rd with a QAS of 96.
Being selected by the second-ranked team, 1775 headed to the playoffs with 3507 as well. Their average in the quarterfinals and semifinals were in the low 160s. However, in the finals, they scored 194 but got beat by a score of 207. They battled back to win match 2 but lost the pivotal 3rd match. An awesome regional season, guys. Congrats on your win in Amalo. Congrats on your win in Alamo, and good luck at championships. You know what? Reading is really hard.
It's so hard.
Give me a break.
Sorry. Ooh, this next team.
I'm gonna quit.
Don't do it.
What if I did?
I would probably quit too.
Goodbye.
That's the buddy system. All right.
So I know, I know Nick volunteered last week to take over in the case of us, Nick Cousins. So I don't know who would be your replacement. Anybody want to replace? I think Bailey would do it.
You would too.
Bailey and Nick would probably do a better show than we would.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. So our 19th ranked team is Team 4039.
From Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, St. Mary's Catholic Secondary School, it's Makeshift Robotics. Average qualification score of 99.04. We're the champions of the Finger Lakes Regional.
Do you remember like looking at the reveal video on premiere night?
Of course.
It was pretty cool. Roy G. Biv, one of the original Team Tether robots. 4039 looked to improve the quarterfinal appearance at the Waterloo Regional, competing this past weekend in our hometown at the Finger Lakes Regional. It was cool to watch 4039 get better and better over the weekend. Making a stack of 3, they would deliver it to the platform, make another stack of 3 with a recycling container, and put that on top of the existing stack of 3. Sounds kind of slow, but it wasn't. They were good for at least 2 6-stacks per match.
Finishing 8th with a 192 QAS, they ended up declining an invitation and capped in the number 7th seeded alliance. With the help of 3015 and 378, Steady as She Goes was the name of the game for this alliance. Making it to the finals, 4039 and company won match 1, lost match 2, and won the rubber match by just 3 points. Won an intense set of matches, and congrats on your regional chairman's award. An amazing team, Makeshift, and you guys are definitely going places. Oh, and the black and white gray shirts are amazing.
We'll take 2.
I was going to say, subtext, hook us up. But it was just incredible to have Makeshift at FLR. They're just some of the nicest people around. I remember the first time we got a Makeshift shirt. Was that championship? Or no, we were up at Waterloo, right?
I'm sorry. There we go. I forgot. Go ahead. What? Waterloo.
Ooh, that was really interesting.
Water.
Your glasses are kind of like, and that's kind of interesting, but your glasses are kind of creating a prism. So I saw like a rainbow in your glasses as we're talking about Makeshift. That kind of stuff just doesn't happen. Anyway, no, it was just awesome to have Makeshift at Finger Lakes, and our first experience with them was at Waterloo, right?
I think so.
We were up there. We were GTR. We were at their Canadian event. And Makeshift gave us a shirt or 2, and it was in a nice little gift bag, like a little tag written on it for FC Top 25. It was just awesome.
Or was it at Ruckus, too? It may have been at Ruckus?
No, it was before that.
But something, yeah. And then I think either they gave me a bigger size because the one they gave me was a little tight. And it was like in a nice little like canister.
Oh, yeah.
Championship, remember? It was like that one I got a championship. Yeah. I remember that one. But yeah, it was just we love them. And it was great talking to them. And we feel bad, but we forgot the guy's name who like leads the team. I don't know if anybody is from.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a Canadian team in the chat yet, but that's what they remember. That's what they said.
I do remember. So that was number 19.
Yeah, 4039. Great team.
Makeshift
Well deserved chairman's award. That team is just an image of
Papa.
Everything. So All right, here we go. Our 18th ranked team is team number 2054.
From Hopkins, Michigan. Hopkins High School, it's the Tech Vikes. Average qualification score of 99.61. And we're the event winners at Kentwood and Escanaba. In FIM.
The Tech Vikes, who are no stranger to the top 25, are three-time competitors for Recycle Rush this season. A little recap of their season includes winning the Kentwood event and semifinals of the West Michigan event. This past weekend, finishing their district run, they competed at the Escanaba event. And the Tech Vikes finished with a QAS of 119. A lot what got the Tech Vikes into the to the top was their ability to get a tote set as well as control the RCs and auto.
For the playoffs, 2054 selected 66 and 57-12 to join their alliance. The alliance put up 180 in the quarterfinals. Scores dropped slightly in the semifinals, earning them the blue side of the field in the finals. But by putting up scores of 182 and 188 in the finals, earned them the win. Congrats on the 2 wins, and good luck at FIM champs and, I'm sure, world champs. Team 2054, the Tech Vikes.
The Tech Vikes. All right, keep it moving. We got 2 teams left. We'll take a little break. We have kind of a big announcement on the break.
Pequeño más. Así, así.
Little. Así, así.
Sí. Muy bueno.
Yo quiero. Yo no soy. I don't know.
No say. Repeat them, por favor. No? Adios.
Adios. Adios, muchachos.
Dios mío.
That was a Seinfeld thing when the guy asked, like, oh, what does he ask for? Por favor? What kind of soup? Do you remember what that Spanish guy asked for? Oh, I'm Spanish.
Oh, he goes, gazpacho, por favor, something like that. And he goes, like, por favor. I'm part Spanish. Adios, muchacho. Classic.
Yes. So, do we say it yet? Our 17th ranked team is Team 610.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Crescent School, it's the Coyotes. I'm so glad they changed it to the Coyotes on Blue Lions. For a while, it was just Coyotes. I was always confused on how to say it. The Coyotes. Average qualification score of 78.73. And were the winners of the Greater Toronto Central Regional and finalists at Hawaii.
The Coyotes, who won the GTRC Regional a few weeks ago, made the journey across the Pacific Ocean to play in the great state of Hawaii. What an experience for our 2013 World Champions. Improving their QAS from GTRC, they finished 10th with a QAS of 87. After 359 picked 368, 610 was selected by the captain of the second alliance, 3132, and with the addition of 3721, headed to the finals.
The alliance put up scores of 137 throughout the quarterfinals and semifinals, and we were about to see one play 2 in the finals. The first match was low scoring, partly due to the fact the battle of the step for the recycling container, 610, would end up yanking. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Walking away with silver medals. I thought you were going to continue with the whole can thing. So 610 would not be yanking away, as I thought you were going to say, with the cans.
Not that creative.
That's okay. Walking away with silver medals, but headed into champs with 2 medals on the year, ready to be a solid contributor to any alliance in St. Louis. Congratulations to 610, the Coyotes.
All right, and our last team before our next break.
You're pausing for me.
I am. It's team number 2468.
From Austin, Texas, Westlake High School, it's Team Appreciate. Average qualification score of 76.77, and were the winners of the Alamo and Hub City Regionals. Hashtag, what are the best names in first?
That's true. It is. They are.
You can continue.
Team Appreciate makes their second appearance in the top 25 after their appearance at their third regional of the year. So, semifinalists at Dallas, they bounced back at their second regional, remember the Alamo, where they won the event, and finally at Hub City this past weekend.
Team Appreciate finished first with a qualification average score of 108.5 and selected 3310 and 4799 to join their alliance. Playoffs went very similar to their appearance, very similar to their first appearance in the finals, and Team Appreciate find themselves facing the number 5 alliance in the finals. Scores favored 2-4-6-8 in match 1, winning 154-89. A slight stumble in the second match led to a loss, but their alliance came back out ready for the third match, winning 168-112. That's their second win of the year and picked up their third banner of the year, winning the Regional Champions Award at Hub City. Congrats, and we'll see you guys at Championship.
Was that some clean thing right there at the end?
What? Yeah, a little bit. I'm good.
Oh, we good.
A double gold cling bling.
Double gold. Oh, right. Look at this guy. I just looked. Next week we'll have to. All right, so we're gonna have to do a break. Right before we go back, we're gonna talk about our final show plans. Kind of, our final rankings, I guess, the show, because our shows never end. People are like, yeah, that's true. So we'll give you guys a little bit of details of how we're going to do our final rankings where every team is eligible to be voted for. So we'll give you those details in just a few minutes. But I do have a question for you. That's funny. Boy. So we kind of were talking about this because the little can duel kind of happened actually at FLR as well.
Longing for robot interaction.
You like that choice of words? It's actually something because that Kristen said, like, cause she said that was like the most exciting, not the most exciting part, but
at FLR,
very exciting part at FLR.
Yeah. It was.
At FLR, it was two teams that kind of needed to go for the same opening at the top. Like, that's how they both got it, from opposite sides. And they were kind of fighting over it in the finals. And it happened two out of the
It was 378 and 174.
Yeah. So Kristen made a comment that was like a really exciting part and stuff. So, and then I was thought about it for a second, and I was thinking, you're exactly right, because, and she said, this is the robot to robot interaction. I think people are missing from year to year. There's no defense, there's no contact this year. It's just you get a glimpse into the time, the one and only few times that teams can actually interact with each other. I didn't know if you had any thoughts on that.
Yeah, so it was actually kind of funny. So when I was doing research, I forgot what event I was doing. Hub City, maybe. Yeah, because I think I was trying to find some video of Blackhawk Robotics. So I saw a video as I typed in 2015 Dallas Regional Finals or something like that. And the 2005 Dallas Regional Final showed up. So it was actually decent quality for being a 2005 match video. And I watched it, and almost right away, two robots slammed into each other, and it almost caught me off guard. I was like, wait, well, how did that happen? It was,
yeah.
So not used to seeing any robot, some robot on robot action.
And then later in the night, we watched the Hawaii Regional, and then saw just both teams just get decimated and just entangled and stuff doing that. So I don't know. I think it's part of the game. I'm looking forward to championship where there's going to be a lot more teams that are fighting for these cans and autonomous. And I think it'll be exciting to see how it plays out and see who really comes away. Mm-hmm. Because I think I made the comment is we knew that these recycling containers were going to be important at the beginning of the season, but I guess personally, I didn't realize just how important they were going to be. I didn't realize that to this magnitude, where you get them, to this magnitude, how important they were. So I'm excited to see that part, I guess, at championship.
In championship, it's going to be everything, I think.
Yeah.
Right? It's just going to be whoever gets the cans, and that'll be the end of
your
that.
third partner, the third robot, will maybe put up a decent amount of stacks as well. So, those aren't pointless without recycling containers, but really need them on top. So, my other question, so I'm not gonna let this die. Last week we had a.
Are you talking about upside down toast now? Oh boy.
No, because remember I added in a part. And you actually agreed.
It was a good part.
So if you missed it last week, we talked about the upside down totes in the landfill, and if maybe first would consider putting those totes back upright, putting them the way they all the other totes are in the field. And would they go for that and all that stuff? So we won't get back into that really part of it. It was a good discussion last week, but my next thing was because you said that it might be too beneficial or too giving an advantage to the teams that pull from the landfill, that now all of a sudden you have, 10 to 12 totes now that are now upright. So my thing that I said to Justin this past weekend is, well, what if you take the totes that are on the step and divide those up amongst the two alliances and then put them in the player stations? And I don't know.
Yeah, so you take the upside down totes, leave them in the landfill, and then I really don't think anyone's been using the totes on the step, so move those totes to the alliance station. But we'll see.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how this game is played at the highest level. I think this coming weekend and the weekend after that, as we get into district championships, you start to see more of, especially Michigan, obviously, of how things are going to go at championship. But we talked about this I don't know if you remember the first episode of the season, our show of this season. We talked about, do we think there'd be a match where all totes are scored? And I think at championship there absolutely will be.
Even the upside down ones?
Except the upside down ones.
Even the ones off the step?
No. Just like all the landfill.
Except the upside down ones.
Yeah.
And except the step ones.
Yes. Okay. All the landfill and all the...
So all 30 behind the station.
Yeah. Like I've already seen that happen. Like 3015's Alliance did that at Finger Lakes.
You guys used them all?
Yeah. The whole Alliance station was empty. So...
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how the game changes at championship. Yeah. So not all the totes.
Oh, look at it. Nick's on my side now. As long as all the amount of totes that are flipped over in the landfill is the same amount added to the human station. Yeah. Sure. That's fine.
All right. I'm going to check the text line. And if nothing...
Some did come in.
Oh, boy.
What? Oh, boy, what?
It's a 11:15.
Oh, boy. I just forgot.
Oh, there is. Oh, my gosh. Bum, 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 bum. Bum.
Bum. Will there be a riot if litter decides Einstein? I don't think so. It's part of the game.
True.
All right. Hey, fellas, what did you guys think about the New England record-setting scores at Waterbury District this past weekend? To be honest, I wasn't aware.
At Waterbury?
The record-setting scores at Waterbury. Just scanning through the scores.
That's got to be an old one, because that was not this weekend. It's like week 1.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird.
Okay.
It's funny that the record-setting scores at the time were 114, 80, and 90.
I know. It's really just cool how the...
Maybe they meant
is that
Hartford. I don't know.
Maybe it was Bailey. I think it was, because he just corrected us. It was Hartford, by the way.
That wasn't me, I swear. Okay, I'm confused.
Okay, I didn't say anything. Whatever.
I know you didn't. I'm just confused in general now. So I need to touch on this.
Is that why? No, it's not.
You know, I really haven't gone on like a decent rant this
Go ahead.
season.
Let it out,
It's
bro.
time.
Let it out.
I need to just say, and I was gonna say something on Chief Doubtfire.
I'm all ears.
I'm really concerned about the disparity between good and bad teams in first right now.
Talk about this.
Like, I just think the fact that cheesecaking is becoming so prevalent, what that means is that at the typical event, there's not 24 teams there that can contribute to the alliance based on what they brought to the event. Cheesecaking is becoming such a prevalent thing that teams are bringing materials to the event because they know that there's not 24 competent teams there that can positively contribute to an alliance. That's a problem, in my opinion, and a big problem. If we want to keep on this train of, we're changing cultures, I don't think you can successfully say you're changing very much successfully if so many FRC teams are below what I would consider to be a minimum competitive concept, right? A minimum level of competition. And it's really disappointing. And I don't know necessarily how to fix it aside from finding a lower level team and help them. But it's getting concerning, to say the least. I think that there's just the good teams are getting good and the bad teams are getting really, really bad.
That was going to be my kind of thought to you that Nathan just put in there. That cheesecaking is for a niche feature usually. Right,
a niche feature, but why aren't more teams building a niche feature? Like, why don't more teams have that? It should be, if you're, and there's so many great resources out there. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we're just not doing a great job of bringing resources to these teams that desperately need them. But if you sit for an hour and watch Karthik's Effective Strategies presentation, they instantly put you ahead of most other teams out there because you should be able to look at that and say, these are our resources. This is what we should typically build. I just think too many teams aren't smart enough to build something that is realistic for them. And we've talked about that for years on this show.
And we were guilty of that for so many years. Right?
As far as
we were guilty of that.
We were the bad team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
building
absolutely
outside
right.
of our means.
Absolutely right. So I'm just going to read what the chat's saying for a little bit here. But I just...
So, I mean, yeah.
So, I mean, that's a good point there about the lack of defense is causing the disparity between good and bad to be huge. And I think this is
a great point.
I understand cheesecaking has always been a thing, but I just think it's more prevalent this year, and it's getting more prevalent recently as it's becoming less of a taboo thing to take your third alliance member and be like, okay, we're gonna do some changes here to make you able to possibly contribute to this alliance. Where I would like it, we should have every team at the event should be a competitive team that doesn't have to have a ramp brought for them and things like that. And if this is the future, where a lack of defense is the future, we really have to do, I think, a better job of helping some of these teams get better.
No, I would maybe argue to say that cheesecaking has not really increased this year a lot. And thinking back, I remember a lot of years that this happens a lot. Now, do you think it's just more prevalent because it actually has a name for it now? Everybody knows what cheesecaking is. But think back, in 2013 with the pool noodle blockers for the full court shooters. Trying to think of stuff from last year. This game also has so many elements to it that provides more avenues for cheesecaking as well. There's different games that don't 2012 Rebound Rumble. What could you have cheesecaked in that?
Yeah.
A stinger, taking a flat. There's just different games provide more different avenues and more opportunities for cheesecaking to happen. And this year is just one of it. You have so many different things you can do. You have the ramps, here, sit here and we're going to tie a ramp to you, or here we're going to throw this arm on you to try to get the recycling containers. I don't know, but
I even remember as far back as 2007 when the Thunder Chickens had one of their alliance partners zip tied before the match to another robot on their team, just so they could get the points at the end, because otherwise they would get nothing. Maybe it's slightly a problem of game design in general, as far as in 2006, you had the high goal and you had the low goal. The low goal was worth 1 point per ball, but all you literally had to do was push a ball into it, and you scored 1 point, right? That's, to me, is a direct scoring objective for a rookie or low-level team, right? You should be able to drive and can hurt some balls, worst case scenario. I think more so, team first got away from that as far as game design, right? A little bit in 2008, right? What could you do? You could drive around, make laps, get points. 2009, what could you do really? Right? If you couldn't pick up a ball, you kind of had the human loading station that had a slightly elevated thing, but it was tough to contribute. Yeah. I just think that maybe it's a little bit of a problem with game design, but overall we have to figure out a way to get these other teams to a higher level, because it's hurting competition overall.
Look at 2011 mini bots. That was a cheesecaking.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
2012, not so much. 2013, yes. 2014, not so much. I don't know. I think it's a combination of, one, this game has a lot of elements to it that it's hard for. There's the good teams, the powerhouse teams are good at everything. And then, two, the teams that aren't good at everything then can be slapped on with something. And so I think then third is that there's just a name for it now. So it's just more prevalent and more people are talking about it because it has a title. That's my opinion.
And they make a good point here too, saying that I think it can be helpful, but when teams are putting their controllers down and just being used as a ramp during and standing, doing nothing during eliminations, just staying out of the way is ridiculous. So I don't disagree necessarily that it's ridiculous, but that robot is probably not going to necessarily contribute too much during the match, right? If you get selected on an alliance, you should be able to contribute to that alliance. And if that's how you're going to contribute, that's how you're going to contribute. I don't think that's bad because that's part of Alliance strategy.
Does that go against what you just said? Because unfortunately, they're too much of a risk to be driving around doing something.
Right. That's the problem, right?
That's what I'm
they're
saying,
not good
right.
enough to do anything useful.
Right.
So that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay.
And that
Just
needs
making
to
sure we were still on this
and that
page.
needs to get better. And I think the only people that can help them get better are the 100 people in here that can help spread resources and bring some help to the teams that so desperately need it. I mean, I saw at Finger Lakes this past weekend some really, really, really bad teams. And it's sad because you see some of these teams have 30 or 40 kids and they're just so disappointed when that robot gets on the field and they just get crushed by these other teams. There's nothing inspirational about that, in my opinion. We say so often, and I think it's even in like the regional video, that you're at the event, right? Dean and Woody and the other guy that I don't know his name. They say
The two tenors.
you're here, you're at the event, you already won. That's not true. I saw really disappointed kids when their robots were out there, and they were just terrible. And they look at other robots and that are so much better, and they just get so disheartened, and then it breeds negativity because the teams that are bad are upset at the teams that are good because they're successful, and it's not good. So
It's
been boiling for a long time.
I can tell. However, the experience of just being on a first team is, you don't think so? You don't think the friends, the getting to travel?
Oh, I think that's awesome. But
Yeah,
when you get there and you get smacked hard by other good teams, you're not going to come back. I think there's a reason why we're up to 5,700 FRC teams in number, but there's only 2,000 or so. What's happened to all the 3,000 other teams that at one point signed up? They probably went to an event, got smacked around, and never came back.
This guy right here.
Probably see with this. The future seems so generally trying to make decent robots instead of focusing on. Sorry.
To make a decent robot and instead focus on trying to be a robot built for support and cheesecakey.
Trying to focus on build. That's okay, right? Building a robot for support is okay.
No, but just basically saying we're not going to be good enough. Do whatever you want with our robot. Just pick us. We'll do whatever. Like slap on cheesecake.
I don't know.
That's what he's saying. It's like some teams turn into.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I don't know. We'll see. I can't just, you can't just rant about it. You got to try to come up with some solutions. So my solution originally was, or our solution was doing this show, right? Trying to bring, show other teams what else is out there and where you can learn. So I don't know. Something's got to change and get better, or it's going to keep getting worse, I think. Because you know what? It's really hard to challenge 254 when there are so many other teams that are just so low, right? Eventually something's got to give on one side or the other.
What do you mean challenge?
How can you challenge 254, right? One of the best teams in the world in a game, while also making the game possible for these teams that are already struggling so badly?
Oh, challenge them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the problem, which is the biggest difficulty with game design, right? Finding that perfect mix of challenging the teams that are the best teams in the world by also giving rookies a fighting chance. I don't know. Send us an email if you want to discuss it further. I think we need to move on.
And this is in no way a stab at the teams that are good. Not at all.
No, of course.
Like, there's no, like, it's not like, why are you so good? Like, it's not it at all. Like, it's just a way to get everybody to that level.
Yeah.
Obviously, those teams are successful at what they do, and, like, to get everybody to that level would be awesome.
All right.
So that being said, that was a nice, good conversation. We will mention it now, and we'll mention it later too. The quick announcement: the finals ranking show. So this year it was a little different. Each week, you only could vote for teams that had competed this past weekend. So our final ranking show, which every team is eligible to be voted for, will be happening on. We don't know the exact date. We think we're going to do it on the Friday night before championship. Just kind of, it's a weekend, just work better for everybody. So the tentative plan for that will be April 17th, Friday, April 17th. So we're doing our week 5 ranking show now. Next Tuesday, April 7th, will be the week 6 recaps. Immediately following the week 6 recaps next Tuesday, we're going to open voting for the final ranking show. And then that will run Tuesday the 7th through, we're not exactly sure yet. Might go through the district events that are happening next weekend. But then that'll all line up for our show hopefully on the 17th.
So we'll have more finalized details by next week, but that's just kind of a what to expect.
Yeah. So, again. So basically, week 6 recap or week 6 results show will be next Tuesday, and then right on Tuesday we believe we'll open voting for the final ranking show, which every team will be eligible to become voted for. Okay. More details to come next week or later this week, but that's our current plan right now.
All right. Want to get back into
Let's
this?
do it. It's been a while.
Sorry.
Dude, that was a good one, man. No probs. Our 15th ranked team is... What?
I'm dying here. Okay, we're good.
There we go.
Sorry.
Our 15th ranked team is Team 1983.
From Seattle, Washington, Aviation High School at Skunkworks Robotics. Average qualification score of 105.64. The winners are the Auburn Mountain View, Mount Vernon, and Philomath district events.
What's going on? They're saying our stuff is not synced up. Well, maybe not.
I don't know how to fix that.
Okay, so 1983, the Skunkworks competed this past weekend at their 3rd district event of the year, winning the first 2. 1983 finished the weekend with a QAS of 121 and were ranked atop the field for the 3rd time this year. At this event, they selected teams 955 and 847.
Sorry, I think I got banned from our own chat. I can't connect to the chat. I don't know why. All right, goodbye.
Thank you.
The playoff matches were great, and Skunkworks performed the best yet, never putting up a score lower than 158 and score as high as 190. They won the district event in 2 matches and brought home their 3rd gold of the year. A few minutes later, 1983 brought home their 4th gold of the year, taking the district chairman's award as well. Amazing, well-rounded team from the Pacific Northwest, an example to all. Skunkworks Robotics. A little underrated, in my opinion. Number 15 for a team that's won 3 events. I don't know about that.
How do people do that? There it is. So thanks to Sarah Kira for tuning in. Yeah, so 3 district wins, district chairman's award, and heading into district championship. Incredible. Skunkworks, man. You said a little underrated?
15th? They won 3 events.
Yeah. But congratulations to 1983. Moving along, our 14th ranked team is team number 5254.
From Trumansburg, New York, Charles Dickerson High School, it's Robot Raiders. Average qualification score of 97.57, and we're the finalists of the Finger Lakes Regional.
And Tech Valley Regional. The Skunkworks, a team that we have gotten to know a lot over the past 2 weeks. The Robot Raiders make their debut to the top 25 here in week 5. 5254 competed alongside of 340 in week 4 of the Tech Valley Regional and had a pretty impressive showing, finishing 15th, and it was selected by Team 20. And with up a 36-24 were finalists, losing to 340, 195, and 49-30. However, this past weekend, the Robot Raiders really turned it up, making their own ramp, helping them tremendously, and finished first at FLR.
Selecting the team that had beaten them the week before, 52-54 selected Team 340 and with the help of 174 entered the playoffs. FLR had some really good alliances, and their alliance managed to stay atop and entered the finals with some highly anticipated matches ahead. Losing the first match, they bounced back to win the second and only lost by 3 points in the third match. Earning a wildcard spot, this team is headed to the championship event. Awesome job, Jonathan, and the rest of the people on 52-54. You definitely look better than a second-year team.
So they just the robots really good. Like I said, they have a tethered ramp to themselves. They just take it from the chute door and
chute door
or from the chute and stack good for 2 6-stacks with a container and noodle, and then usually like a 3 or 4 or 5-stack after that. So really efficient, and really pretty consistent and pretty impressive. So 2 finalists for them on the year, and hopefully we'll see them in championship. But I'm pretty sure they're going because they were pretty excited when they were in the wild card.
They were pretty excited.
All right, up next we have team 1519.
From Milford, New Hampshire, Milford Area Youth Homeschoolers Enriching Minds is Mechanical Mayhem. Average qualification score of 124.72, and we're the winners of the Granite State, UMass, Dartmouth, and Northeastern University events.
Making another appearance in the top 25, Mechanical Mayhem sits this week at the 13th spot. Competing this past weekend at the Northeastern University event, 1519 look for their third win on the season. They finished first with a QAS of 148, impressive, and selected 125 and 1786 to join their alliance.
1519 ever so delicately makes a tote set and auto, careful not to disturb any recycling containers while they do it, something that separated the good teams from the great teams that do a tote set. You're absolutely right. The strategy after is pretty cool. They take 4 totes in parallel in the landfill, stack those, then went back, do the 5 remaining totes that are perpendicular, stack those, and then go back and separate the upside down totes to get the container on the step. Set the recycling container down to regrip and then cap the stack of 5. Or is it 6?
It was a 5 on that one.
You're right. It's a great strategy that they use there in Finals Match 1. It's cool to see how different teams play the game and come up with different strategies. Oh, and congrats to your District Chairman's Award. Holy cow, what a great season, and good luck at the New England District
So
Championship.
just like 1983. 3
Yeah.
wins, District Chairman's Award.
Banners for days.
Look how clear that is.
What? Oh, it's great.
Nice picture.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We're a couple good-looking guys.
Here we go. Sweet deal.
Mechanical Mayhem, another team that probably should be a little bit higher when it comes time to make this final top 25.
We'll see. It's gonna be.
It's going to be close because there's a lot of really good teams. That's going to be an exciting show, I tell
it
you.
is, yeah. It's gonna be a lot. All right, moving on. Our 12th ranked team is Team 1730.
Uh-oh. It's from Lee's Summit, Missouri. Lee's Summit Senior High School. It's team-driven. Average qualification score of 125.70, and we're the winners of the Colorado Regional.
Team Driven, a longtime appearance maker on the top 25, makes their Week 5 appearance here at number 12. Competing a few weeks ago at the Kansas City Regional, 1730 makes a tote set in auto and dominates the chute door, aided by the ramp they have built into the robot. They have earned a finalist medal as well as an EI, Kling Bling, at that regional and took the field this past weekend at the Colorado Regional looking for their first gold on the year.
And Mike, they did just that. Finishing second with a QAS of 125, they were selected by the number 1 ranked team. 1619 put up some awesome scores, joining the Bicentennial Club twice. Awesome robot guys, congrats on your banner and 3 medal season. Team 1730, team driven.
Wouldn't it be cool, like, at championship if you had these different booths set up, like the Bicentennial Club, Team Tether Club.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
You know, like,
so how would you stake your claim in each club?
if your robot does that.
Yeah, but like, what would it be? Would you put like post-it, like sticky notes? Would you put like a driver's button? Like, how would you put your name in the on the
like
club?
actual like little lounges, like only the people from those teams could go in.
Oh, okay.
You know, like the presidential club at like or whatever at airports.
Yeah, which is
Just
just like
that,
a closet basically with comfy seats.
yeah,
Yeah.
Just have this like exclusive like feel of like only members from certain teams could go in there.
But I think it'd be kind of cool as well. Like maybe a little more realistic sense.
There you go.
Would be just have like a pin board, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
that says like Team Tether, and you could go up and like somehow put your team name on it.
Or what about a team button?
Yeah.
You could put your team button.
Team
Like
button.
you'd have one thing, then different. That'd be cool.
It would be kind of cool. Libby. Libby's not watching either. I'm kind of disappointed by that. That's okay.
Peasant.
Yeah, seriously. Hashtag peasant status. Is that last year or 2 years ago, the peasant thing?
I forgot all about
I
it
think
until
it was-
just now. Until I just said
I think it was last year was the whole peasant thing.
Peasants.
Oh.
I think it stemmed from the whole chair thing. Yep. Team. Oh no, because who just did it? Driven did it too, I think. Oh no. Team we just talked about. Who was it? The 28-point auto. It'd be like two teams. It'd be 28-26 and
Ugh, excuse me. Boy, it's getting late.
so late. All right, let's do it. Our 11th ranked team, you're not ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Is 17-17.
From Goleta, California, Dos Pueblos High School, it's the Penguineers. Average qualification score of 76.90, and we're the winners, the Ventura Regional.
After a mediocre performance at the Los Angeles Regional, the Penguineers made quite the bounce back this past weekend at the Ventura Regional. Doubling their QAS from LA, the Penguineers finished second with a 100 QAS. They were selected by the powerhouse of Recycle Rush 330 and headed to the playoffs looking for their first win.
Advancing with ease to the quarterfinals, the Alliance actually only made it to the finals by 1 point by 2 points in average, which is crazy. They put on blue bumpers, nice, for the finals and won the first match 164 to 166, but won the second match decisively 207 to 166, punching their ticket to the championships. This unique school and all senior members will be headed to St. Louis. Good luck.
Yeah, if you don't know much about the Penguineers, they have all seniors every year. Like all their students graduate through, and it's part of the what was it? What'd you say?
Dos Pueblos High School.
Yeah.
Engineering Academy.
Yeah. Our 10th ranked team is Team 195.
From Southington, Connecticut, Southington High School, it's the Cyber Knights. Qualification average score of 89.31, and we're the winners of the Tech Valley Regional and Hartford District event.
At number 10 here, we have the Cyber Knights, who have really turned their season around. An early outing at the Waterbury event in the quarterfinals sparked this team to become better. Despite winning the District Chairman's Award, it could have been an easy route to kind of just stay the same, knowing that they'll have their shot later. Coming out week 4 at TVR, this efficient shoot six-stacker finished second and selected 340 and 49.30 for the win.
Competing back-to-back weekends, 195 took the field this past weekend back in the New England district at the Hartford event. Picking up right where they left off at TVR, the Cyber Knights finished first with a 127 QAS and selected 230 and 2640 for Alliance partners. This trio put up no less than 143 points in the playoffs with high scores. We both were on the same wavelength.
Did you see me going for it?
Just the way I said it is very playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Playoffs?
You kidding
me?
Playoffs? They put up no less than 143 points with high scores including 194, 200, 207, and 210. Absolutely awesome. So congrats to 195.
Bicentennial Club times 3.
So by bicentennial, you mean 200?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's going to stick.
Is it?
No.
Are you sure that's right?
No!
You're saying no?
What, bicentennial?
Yeah. Because like biannual means like every other year.
Yeah, but centennial is the 100.
200th anniversary of a significant event.
It's not even close.
No, like I see what you're saying.
200. Well, because like the bicentennial is 1996.
Yeah.
For Merca.
But yep, 195. Incredible robot. It's been awesome to watch the robot get better and better and better. What was that? Where did that one come from?
I think it's Counter-Strike.
Negative.
It's a radio.
Interesting.
I'm going soundboard crazy.
Okay. You're losing it.
So Great Robot was just that huge jump that they had to make the robot what it is right now is awesome, and it was really, really, really great to see Sandra at the regional at TVR 2 weeks ago.
Plus, just another team that now would be able to call friends forever, right? Just the chemistry that our Alliance had at TVR was just awesome.
Yeah, it was. Team 20, Team 200. I like Bicentennial Club. All right. Excuse me. Our 9th ranked team is Team 548.
From Northville, Michigan, Northville High School, it's the Robo-Stangs. Average qualification score of 76, and we're the winners of the Livonia event. FIM.
After losing by... you had to set me up for that one. After losing by a combined 13 points in 2 finals matches week 1 at the Southfield event, the Robo-Stangs were looking for some gold this past weekend at the Livonia event. Quick to the draw, the Robo-Stangs are a fast can burglar team, but their successful robot doesn't end there. Making stacks of 5 in Teleop with a cannon and noodle, 548 is quick to deliver their stack to the platform and start the cycle all over again. The Robo-Stangs don't use a ramp, but are able to land the totes right side up for the robot to grab. it was really interesting watching because I know that doesn't always work out like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they use kind of the shoot door to apply pressure or what, but
Shoot door. Finishing second with a QAS of 116, they were selected by Team 67, the hot team, and made the run in the playoffs. Advancing with ease to the quarterfinals and semifinals, this alliance, with the help of 4405, were only 2 wins away from gold. With scores of 179 and 159, the alliance pulled off the victory. Congrats as well to 548 for the Kling Bling, bringing home the District Chairman's Award. Good luck as you compete next weekend at the Bedford event, and good luck at the District Championship and World Championship.
dude, so much cling bling. I don't know what's going on, man.
Many banners, lots of awards.
So much.
No one knows our human player's secret. He won't even tell us. Classic. Interesting.
All right.
I'm not ashamed to say. I think Bailey and we do have a bromance now, and I'm okay with that.
That's okay.
And he's going to take over for us,
There you go.
him and Nick,
You need to.
next year. It's good. Maybe next week. I don't know. Every week, Mike and I. This is the week. Oh boy.
Excuse me.
Yup.
You
Same.
ready?
Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Probably not though. It's for you.
Our 8th ranked team is Team 1619.
From Longmont, California, Seagate Technology and Career Development Center, it's Upper Creek Robotics. Average qualification score of 123.60 were the winners of the Utah Regional and Colorado Regional.
Sorry. Oh boy, I'm lost. Upper Creek is off to a fantastic start in the Recycle Rush era, with the Blue Banner already under their belt with a win at the Utah Regional. 1619 took up the field in Denver this past weekend, looking to make it 2 for 2. With a QAS of 132, Upper Creek had first dibs on any team in the regional, and they selected 1730 with their first pick and 4593 with their second.
Tell you what, Upper Creek is just one of my favorite team names ever. Into the playoff. Yup. Yeah. Yeah. Into the playoffs, the Lions headed. And they're absolutely lights out. Scores of 173 and 183. It advanced them through the semifinals. 214, 123, and 144 advanced them into the finals. And get this, scores of 202 and 198. Won the regional in 2 matches. Absolutely well-built, incredibly reliable, consistent robot. We've enjoyed following your journey this season and can't wait to see how you guys do at the championship event. You're making Upper Creek Robotics a household name.
The name is definitely helping.
What?
So the name is definitely helping.
Upper Creek. It's just, it's
Why
so
are all
good.
your colors different than my colors?
Squirrel. Yeah.
Look, like Ponage Nix is blue on my screen. Oh, he's blue on your screen. A gassy mallard is blue on mine, and he's red on yours.
Classic.
You okay? What's the matter? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
They killed me. It's too late for this show.
It's way too late.
We got to end it right now.
Okay, that's
Who's
it.
next?
Who's next? Who's next? Who wants soup?
Who wants soup? You think you can get soup? Oh, boy.
All right.
This is bad.
Our 7th ranked team is Team 368.
From Honolulu, Hawaii, President William McKinley High School, it's Team Kikamana. Average qualification score of 107.75, and we're the winners of the Hawaii Regional.
I have a question about Hawaii schools. Anyway, Glenn Lee from the Hawaiian Kids really talked up this team, calling them a Simbot clone. So all eyes were on the Hawaiian Regional as we got to see 368 for the first time this past weekend. And man, Glenn was right. From the way they drive around to their grabber in the front of the robot, Kikimana made high stacks with ease. Finishing third with a QAS of 108, they were selected by none other, the Hawaiian Kids.
They entered the playoffs and scored as high as 172. The finals matches were definitely exciting, and 368, 359, and 3880 pulled out the victory in 2 matches. Congrats and good luck stateside at the Silicon Valley Regional this weekend.
So we kind of mentioned it before. It was really cool to watch the Hawaii Regional after FLR this past weekend. We just got together, had some pizza, and then just got to watch them on the big screen. So
Yeah, and it was really, I just can't believe how close it resembles like 14. Like
it does. It
even-
looks like it.
I forgot who said it. We were watching it. They're like, it looks like a crab, and that's like the first thing you think of when you look at Symbotic's robot. It's
Just the way,
it's just really really crazy.
Pretty cool. All right, our 6th ranked team is 1806.
Sorry. From Smithville, Missouri, Smithville High School, it's SWAT. Average qualification score of 110.26, and we're the winners of the Oklahoma Regional.
After a disappointing loss in the finals in the home state Greater Kansas City Regional, SWAT makes an impressive showing this past weekend, making it to number 6 here on the top 25 this week after competing in Oklahoma at the Oklahoma Regional. SWAT finished first with a QAS of 125 and selected teams 932 and 4522 to join their alliance in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
149 average score in the quarterfinal round advanced them to the semifinals, and a 161 average score advanced them into the finals. Finals match 1 was crazy match, 207 to 194. SWAT ended up losing finals match 2, 162 to 138, and the rubber match was in order. SWAT and company pulled themselves back together and won 185 to 143. Congrats, guys. Excellent robot, and we'll definitely have to catch up with you guys at the championship event.
We enjoyed talking to you guys a year or two ago, and we look forward to that. Another great robot, and remember we watched the video of the robot doing really, really well. So
Nick doesn't want Bailey to leave. That's kind of cute.
Bailey's going to leave with 5 teams to go. He's here. He's been here for an hour.
Dude.
Bye, Bailey.
It's like, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So speaking of meeting up at championship, we should, I saw you wrote that on the last one, but didn't.
Here. No.
Yeah, but we should do like an FRC Top 25 meetup at championship. It's not
We
going to be.
didn't do it last year. Did it 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
It was fun.
It was,
we
it was
just met
fun.
on the thing on practice day. We'll have to look at the schedule and figure out a good time.
Plus, we'll both be down there pretty early this year, and
Yeah.
Wednesday is pretty much a wide open day.
Yeah, I really want to go to Karthik's thing.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we could do it after that or something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Keep in mind, or keep your eyes peeled for a FRC Top 25 meetup. Remember, like the first year we did it, we went and got ice cream with the engine nerds.
Oh yeah,
Remember
that's
that?
right.
That was fun.
We walked and got some froyo or something. So we'll keep it moving for the sake of time.
Everyone's like, "Thank you, God." When are these guys gonna shut up? I'm sorry, it's just what I'm thinking. All right, buddy, take it away.
Here we go. Our 5th ranked team is team 359. Oh boy.
Sorry. It came right out of my ear. Luckily, my ear didn't go with it. From Waialua, Hawaii. Waialua High School, it's the Hawaiian Kids. Average qualification score of 82.78, and we're the winners of the Inland Empire, Australia, and Hawaii Regionals.
Finally returning home from their world tour with 2 blue banners, by the way, the Hawaiian Kids look to put the lime in the coconut this past weekend, competing amongst many.
The lime and the coconut. It's pretty good, dude.
You like
That
that?
was good.
Competing amongst many of the teams they helped start. After finishing quals ranking 2nd at their first 2 regionals, the Hawaiian Kids finally got the number 1 seed and were able to choose anyone. They chose their longtime eliminations partner in 368. How many wins do they have together? I don't know. We looked at it the other day. And they also chose 3880 to make their run for their 3rd blue banner.
This Hall of Fame-led alliance in the quarterfinals and semifinal rounds went as planned, as we got to see in the finals a match preview in semifinal 6 when this alliance played the 610 alliance. However, 359 and company, quote, won that match by only 3 points, setting up an exciting set of playoff matches. In the finals, the race for the cans in the middle was awesome, even causing some robot carnage, some of the few that we've seen this year. However, after 2 hard-fought matches, it was 359, 360, and 3880 who brought home, literally, the gold medal. 359, the Hawaiian Kids. I agree with J Scout. When I saw that it was 359, 368, and 3880, I was like, holy cow. No wonder why they won. We played a match in 2009 with the Tiki Techs.
We did?
I think.
Here we go.
Oh, boy. And I want to say it was with the Killer Bees, too.
Control F. It'd be cool if Blue Alliance had a thing where you could like type in one team and type in another team, and then it could pull up all the matches that they had together.
We played with 368.
Did you hear what I said?
I didn't.
I said it'd be cool. Blue Alliance had like a thing you could type in like 2 teams, and then it would pull up all the individual matches that they played together.
Oh, that would be
in
really
different
cool.
years
Yeah.
and stuff. You know.
It's
You'd be like, oh, did we ever play with 11-14 before? Boom, boom, boom.
It was 368 that we played with.
So you were wrong.
I was wrong. I had the right state though. It's close enough, right?
Yeah, you even had the right country.
Yup.
How'd you do it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy.
All right. Moving along. Our fourth ranked team is Team 330.
From Hermosa Beach, California, Hope Chapel Academy, it's the Beach Bots. Average qualification score of 116.76, and we're the winners of the Los Angeles and Ventura Regionals. Every time I want to read Ventura, you ever watch Ace Ventura?
I don't think so.
His landlord's like, Ventura. I always think of that when I read it. Go ahead.
So J Scout just said that 11 didn't get to play with 359 or 368 in Hawaii.
Wow.
That stinks.
Bummersville. I don't know why I'm looking. Check his story. I'm sure he's right. He went to Hawaii, so we're not really on talking terms right now anyway.
So the team we loved talking about a few weeks ago for their ingenuitive design and approach to Recycle Rush, they make the top 25 again after competing this past weekend at the Ventura Regional. It's so cool to see how teams improve from their first event, and the Beach Bots are no exception. Improving their qual score by about 40 points, 330 finished first with a QAS of 134.
My mind's about to be blown right now.
Does it work?
Not really. Well, kind of. Good, not great.
Did we just get trolled?
A little bit. Picking the California powerhouse of 1717, the duo capped off the alliance with Team 2761. The alliance was all over the place with their scores in the playoffs, scoring anywhere from 108 to 207. They were actually on the blue alliance in the finals. However, the alliance got turned up. What's going on there?
Yeah, you like that?
No,
I'm trying to stay current with all the kids these days.
The crazy kids?
You tried to say what earlier?
I don't remember. Turned? What is turned? Do people say that?
Turned up. Ask Lavelle.
Okay.
Okay, think of Lavelle.
Yep.
Turn up.
Got it.
Okay.
When it mattered most, scoring 166 and 207 in the finals. Congrats and good luck the rest of the season. Can't wait to see how Robot does it, champs.
So sorry to the Beach Bots. That was all over the place for that. But
Then you were doing it wrong. It's continuing to be all over the place.
so this is kind of a side conversation, but
Go ahead.
how do you think 330 fits into an 11-14 2056 alliance?
Like if it was 1114, 2056, and 330?
No, or just either or 11-14 or 2056.
Because they take 3 cans and only put on 2
Yeah,
stacks.
like how do you think it would work? Like they could do 2 6-stacks quick, put them up, and then 330 puts all 3 containers on top. Then like you essentially have created 3 stacks out of 2 stacks because they can do.
Yeah.
It'd just be really interesting. I'd really like to see something like that happen because they played with 17-17. Maybe I have to watch more there. The matches with 17-17 and see. Oh, see, it's turned. Oh, yeah, whatever. All right, here we go. Ready? No, he's not. He's lost.
I'm not.
What are you trying to do?
Still figure out this like co-search teams together, find matches they played. Like I guess this kind of works, but like I would like to see it like on one page, just like a brief, like a one sheet.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
pull
I
up
understand. Yeah, I
like
understand.
in 2014, 2013.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah. You could organize it by regional. Yeah. So our number 3rd ranked team is Team 67.
From Highland, Michigan, Huron Valley Schools is the hot team. Average qualification score of 118.21, and we're the event winners at Waterford and Livonia.
Making the top 25 in week 2 in the 7th spot by winning the Waterford event. The hot team competed this past weekend in the FIM District Livonia event, looking for similar success, improving their QAS by about 40 points. The hot team found themselves atop the rankings by the end of qualifications for the second time this season.
Entering the playoffs with 548 and 4405, this well-oiled alliance had no troubles getting through their quarterfinals and semifinals, putting up averages of 172 and 185 respectively. 2 matches remained, and gold would be once again in the hands of Team 67. Continuing to play their game, the Alliance sealed the deal with 2 wins, giving Hot the second Blue Banner of the year. Good luck the rest of the season.
So it's cool to see Hot. We talked about this before, but Hot, when we were students and early mentors, was the dominant team. And, in more recent years, it's been 254, 1114, and 2056. So it's cool to see that 1114 or 67 is still like sticking to their roots,
Yeah, and it's kind of hard. Like, I think when you're good for so long, like 67 has been, it's hard to kind of like keep reinventing yourself. Like 1114 has gotten better and better, and they're kind of on the rise, whereas Hot has kind of always been at that level, but more consistent along the way. So it's hard for them to steal the show a little bit. But obviously, Hot has a great robot yet again, and will, of course, be a factor on their division at championship. So another great district season for the Hot team, and we look forward to seeing what they can accomplish at the district championship. Woo.
So a team that did not make the top 25, that somebody was mentioning earlier, because I think we kind of know the 2 teams that are remaining.
Do we, though?
Do we?
Well,
is Team 230. So we just want to give a quick shout out to them. They have the 3 wins in the year: Waterbury, UMass, and Hartford, and a Chairman's Award. So just a quick shout out to them. The Galehawks. So all the drama's in the 2 spot. We just want to thank you guys for sticking with us here. We know it's late. We know it's after midnight on the East Coast. So thanks. We really appreciate that. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Just a quick reminder. Next week we'll do our normal Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We'll be doing our Week 6 the results show. And then right after that, we're planning on opening voting for the final top 25 ranking show.
So 230 ended up 29th. Overall, so just missed the top 25. All right,
okay, let's do it.
So all the drama's in the 2 spot, correct?
It is.
And this week, the 2 spot belongs to.
I just want to make sure I got it right. 987
from Las Vegas, Nevada, Cimarron Memorial High School. It's the High Rollers. Average qualification score of 116.91, and we're the winners of the Las Vegas Regional.
So with a strong showing, the Dallas Regional Week 1 taking home 2 medals and 1 Blue Banner, the finalist and Regional Chairman's Award. One thing we know about the High Rollers is that they're competitors and don't stop improving their robot. With 4 weeks in between regionals, 987 entered their hometown regional in Vegas this past weekend, looking for that blue robot banner.
Improving their QS by 19 points, 97 found themselves second in the rankings to 148 for the second time this year. The reunion of these 2 teams have been talked about since week 1, and these 2 entered the playoffs looking for the win they missed in Dallas. Putting an impressive 206 playoff average score, these teams, with the help of 50-12, took home the win and now enter the championship on a high note. Good luck, and we can't wait to check out your robot in St. Louis.
So it's cool. We text with Trent a lot when 987 is competing, and he texts us when 340 is competing. So it's pretty cool. And I know you got to see the robot when you were in Dallas, and always they have great students and obviously well-built machines.
So I'm gonna go. I haven't talked about national chairmans or world championship chairmans much this year so far, but I think 987 is gonna win. I think they're gonna be the next Hall of Fame team. They're an incredible team, top to bottom. They've been to China this year. Running events there. They're going back to China. Their grant process is just incredible. They've been able to do a lot for their team in their area. And they're just a caliber of team that I would expect out of a Hall of Fame team as far as robot quality goes. So I think they're the clear favorite, in my opinion, so far for the Championship Chairman's Award. And I would be so happy to see them get it.
So, what was I going to say? If you want to know where your team ended up or the points, you can definitely send us an email. We can tell you. I think they were looking for 1592. Now I can't find it.
For what?
Points that 1592 got, but now I can't see where it.
1592?
1592, the Bionic Tigers.
Where they were ranked?
Yeah, and he said, I don't know why I can't see it now. It was literally just here. Oh, right here, Dodar. Can we ask for the number of points a team got that wasn't in the top 25?
Oh,
So
so 175 points got you in the top 25. So anything less than that, you were just out.
I don't know if he was specifically looking for his team, though.
Oh, I don't know.
So you can send us an email. We'll find out. And last but not least, our number 1 ranked team is Team 148.
From Greenville, Texas, Greenville High School, it's the Robo Wranglers. Average qualification score of 127.41 so far this season, and we're the winners of the Las Vegas Regional.
The Robo Wranglers entered the Las Vegas Regional after a disappointing drama-filled exit in Week 1 at the Dallas Regional, looking to show off, looking to show off Team Tether once again and to show all of FRC just why they're a powerhouse. The Robo Wranglers took the field, improving their QAS by 20 points. They finished atop the field for their second time this season.
In a deja vu sort of sense, the Robo Wranglers picked their partner from the Dallas Regional, 987, the High Rollers. The chemistry picked up right where it left off, even better for this duo, and with the help of 50-12, put up a playoff average score of 206, over 70 points better than what their alliance was able to accomplish in Dallas. An incredible set of matches. This gives you a glimpse into championship, and we're so excited to watch 148 and company compete for the championship. The World Championship.
World Championship. Yeah. I mean, I think it was just cool, even though they had that exit in Week 1, it was just this anticipation. We knew that both teams were going to be competing again side by side, and we just knew they'd get a second shot at it. So, yeah. Make us to 148.
And I was at Dallas Week 1, and just seeing 148 and 987 kind of like connect and get acquainted with one another. Just know that that's going to be a relationship that's going to last for a long time.
Yeah.
Like the kids on both teams just got along so well. And then hanging out together in Las Vegas was awesome. So it's just one of those just another example of, like you were talking about earlier, right? When I was kind of ranting about how teams in FRC are there's a lot of bad teams versus, a disparity between the two. And you made a good point about how, it's not always about the robots as far as the relationships that you can build with other teams.
Oh, yeah.
And 148 and 97 is a prime example of that.
I feel like always those powerhouse teams always kind of have that instant connection. You know, that just
they're in the circle.
You're good, we're good, so pretty cool at that. So we'll be here hanging out for a couple more minutes. We'll probably turn our mics off, but feel free to stay in the chat. Again, we'll be back next week, Tuesday at 9 p.m. for our weekly show. That'll be Week 6 results. And then after that we'll open voting for the final ranking show, which we're very excited about. Do you think we'll do next Tuesday? Do you think we'll do Tuesday and Friday, or wait that entire week and just do the one show on Friday and recap the last district event?
I don't know yet.
Okay,
I'm too tired.
More details next week. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging in. I know it was a long, late show, but thanks for watching as always. Thanks for voting. And like we say every week, if you're competing this weekend, best of luck to you. And if you see anything cool or exciting, send us an email. We can't be everywhere as much as we wish we could. So if you see anything that you think is interesting, let us know. We'll be happy to talk about it on the show.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you next week.
Good night.